Good evening, Science Berdrick, and welcome to the second race of our Dragon Warrior Randomizer today. I'll be your commentator tonight, NG Dave, and joining me in the booth we have our restreamer Velu V and our tracker SH Mike. We have a match in the coal group between Stags28 and Tybalt. We saw Stags run earlier, so Stags will be coming in at 1-3. Tybalt is at 2-2. Alright, so with a win here, Tybalt can go to 3 wins and will be in contention for the final spot in the coal group. At 2, I believe he could still make it. But it comes down to tiebreaker math. And as I've been told many times, no math on stream. We will all find many ways to make math do interesting things. And we do see our runners coming in. We're going to start with 8 strength. We start with heal and enough MP for 2 casts of it. So getting the seed off the ground shouldn't be overly painful. I see that in chat. 2 seats, 1 controller race. When I'm fairly certain there's a video in the Discord of someone doing 4 seats, 1 controller, which is 4 more seats that I can keep track of at once trying to do that. And we are underway. We have Tybalt opening a box in the throne. We have an herb to start with, more healing. We have a cursed belt, fashionable and worth 180 gold. And let's see what's in your start. We have a cave right in your start. It is the Swamp Cave. Stag finds a Magidraki. Tybalt finds a Warlock in Swamp, cast outside, because we started at Swamp South. And Swamp lives up to its name on the north end. And Tybalt leaves Swamp Cave and immediately met with a wyvern that says, "Go home, thou art ash." So we have no Stags gets through here. It finds just a Magidraki. Tybalt heading to the south finds Mountain Cave. We have in Mountain the token in the first chest. So 1 piece of homework already acquired. Stags heads to the north out of Swamp and finds a different cave. However, Magidraki says you're not allowed to see what's there. So continuing to go through this mountain, finds some gold, wings, some fairy water. That's going to get you off level 1 easily. Poltergeist with hurt. And next to this mountain, there's another cave to the west. There are just caves everywhere right around start. We are not going to see what's in the last cave. A wyvern pecks Tybalt to death. I believe Stags cast outside to get out of swamp, so was out of gas. We did see Harp turn in on the other side. Star Wyverns have hurt. That is interesting. However, they also have I think that one used wing attack. I believe, yeah, we've seen all three variants of wyverns take out our runners so far. We settled in both runners going after Drakes with full MP. It looks like all they do is gently nudge you with their wings. So with full MP and be able to cast 2 heals, they are completely fine. We do see level 2 on Stag's side. Gives us 1, 1, 12, 6, and repel. Tybalt finds Magician. We're going to throw the Fairy Water at this, get the 8 XP. I'm fine with throwing Fairy Water at the first good target you find. 1, 1, and Tybalt gets the 1, 1, 12, 6. We do find a town to the west. Well, we find the smoldering remains of a town to the west. Maybe those beautiful wyverns with DL2 found that town first. We find, on Stags, ghosts have hurt more. That's just rude. We're seeing on Tybalt's side, for the first time we've gone to the east, and we're near the east coast. So that's a potential for a reverse count setup on the east-west coordinates. And Tybalt tries to expand south, finds more magic wyverns. Stags has found Tablet Cave. We do have outside, so at least you don't have to hoof it back out of here afterwards. And what did Erdrick leave behind for our running search today? Erdrick left behind a lovely instrument. And this magic Draki that Tybalt has found doesn't seem to do anything other than punch. So should be a fairly reasonable fight, especially with that crit. And Magicians are joining in the We've Learned to Breathe Fire Club, although they didn't quite get the memo on how to breathe big fire. There's a lot of monsters right around start that all have some sort of special ability. Both runners settling in for the... Nope. Never mind, I thought Stags would go after that Magidraki. Churno, I'm not sure. Given all these misses, it might be 9 AP that has you missing 75% of your swings. And Wizards also have DL2. I hadn't been paying attention. I just saw the crit, and I think I saw 1 or 2 more hits. So far we've seen Wyverns, Magic Wyverns, and Wizards all firing up the barbecue. Tybalt finds a slime. That will be level 3. And it was level 3 bring us. It brings us 1, 6, 10, and 7. We have skipped arm day. And we continue grinding near start. These stats just aren't really letting us do much else. So while this is sent home, we will do the grind continue over there. Stags continues to fight this Magidraki. We're seeing about the same results as during Tybalt's fight. We see a skeleton show up on Tybalt's side. Stags does get the Magidraki down. Gets to 12 XP and to level 3. So we'll take on another Magidraki. This one should go smoother if 9 was you're missing 3/4 of your attacks level. Where's the earlier Herbivore? The other seed stole it. These Stags going through this mountain, going to be happy to get that fairy water because that's going to be enough to get to levels. I'll get to level 4. We'll see if Stags can get to the last chest in here. Maybe this is where the Maybe this is where the sword is. We do see level 4 gives us 14,803. We have some strength and hurt more. Let's go. And we went from weak noodly arms to unlimited power in one level. We find a green dragon in Hawk's Nest. We're going to take a swing at this because that's 135 XP if you can get it down. Unfortunately, oh no! Green dragons have healed more. And it's just an axe knight on the spike. Yeah, I could see coming back with full resources and trying to grind out that axe and taking a swing at that axe knight. And Stags gets down in 8K, gets a double level to 6, getting 10, 1, 10, and 7 from that, as well as the return spell. And since AKs have healed, that first Hurtmore puts him in heal range, the second Hurtmore is going to finish the job, and Stags will go to 7. Getting 7, 12, 2, and 2, and hurt. By another green dragon over here, blocks the hurt more, and blocks the run, and chomp. Finally see what the last chest in Mountain was that these monsters were going so much, and yeah, these monsters were just apparently worshipping a torch. This is the wrong game series for that. And we do see metal slimes were hanging out in Hawk's Nest. He gets the Axe Knight at full resources. The Axe Knight naturally gets the back attack. Fire off a hurt more for 64. It is not enough, and Axe Knights have heal more too! The problem with that stop spell cast is the Axe Knight's not going to be in heal range, it's just going to chop. True, it could have another spell. So both of the standard hurt more this for a grind target. If you fail them one shot with the hurt more, they're just going to heal it off. While that's going on, we did see a 23, 7, 11, and 7 level 8 for Stags. We have found our strength. And Stags' revenge tour against all things Wyvern continues. Unfortunately, out of MP, the revenge tour came to a screeching halt. Until it finds a Wolf Lord with this Hurt More, that will get to level 5. Meanwhile, with that Magic Wyvern, Stags gets to 9 with 8, 8, 4, and 3. The stats are rolling in strong now. You got Stags looking after the Wraith Knight's Engrave. Tybalt's taking on whatever he can find as he's exploring. Warlock's right now. Oh, Warlock's at Baby Breath too. Did someone just fly over this seed and drop a whole bunch of scrolls of fire breathing? Straight to the chat is saying, yes, please give our runners Stags28 and Tybalt a follow. They're putting on a great show for y'all tonight. As well as Mike and Vale V doing the back end stuff. And we're going to see Tybalt's found out Wolf Lord Zone. It's going to hang out in there. Stags heading to the east. And Stags also going to head into Hawksess with level 9 stats. This Axe Knight shouldn't be a problem. However, run to the Metal Scorpion. Metal Scorpions have sleep, and thou art still asleep all the way until thou art dead. We'll see how the Axe Knight goes for Stags. We throw the Hurt More out. Axe Knight says no, and Axe Knight's at DL2 to go with that Heal More. But 62 is enough for this one. This Axe Knight low rolled its HP. And we have the sword under it. I'll just add Axe Knights to the list of things that have joined the barbecue. Now, Stags are coming to the realization that Axe Knights are trolls. They heal. If you take a turn stop spell, they're either going to chop or breathe at you. And Tybalt also gets the axe light down. It's going to get the good news that there was a sword under. And it takes another one for the XP, getting to 8. And seeing the big strength growth starting to hit. Stags exploring out to the west. Now, Tybalt's putting on the waders and heading north. The little swamp floaties that we give each runner. So not much to the north. So yeah, everything is going to be to the west. And there goes the 1 HP walk. Stags finding a blue dragon has decided to pick a fight with it. With this stat line, 112 attack, yes, you can reasonably take down a blue. And honestly, it's better than the everything having DL2 and heal more they've seen. It's up for 10 with, or 11 with 3, 2, 0, and 1. Really, our runners at this point are just looking for that breakout and breakthrough MP level. I believe, yep, we're... Oh, right. This will be the same encounter set as in Grave. At this rate, I will bring Tybalt up to level 9, and Stags finds a town. I think this might be the first actual town we've seen. Well, okay. Less a town, and they sell large shields. That's acceptable. So this time it's an inn, a large shield shop, and a cardboard cut out of the rest of a town. Our tracker pointing out there was a hand axe in there too. I wasn't even looking at the weapon side. I was looking at this from a runner's point of view. We have a stick. What do we care about what's in the weapon part of the shop? I mean, I too support ruining baseball. Isn't that what the Dodgers claim they're doing? We see Stags checking out what's around Breckenary. We have decent encounters, but not much in the way of progression. We do see the bottom of the Big C outline near Breck. What are the ramifications of this race? For Stags, was eliminated with the loss earlier. Hey, in this economy, even if it's a Brecken area, free house is a house. Tybalt is completely fine with the win or a loss here. Assuming I can read the chart correctly. I think with the way tiebreakers play out, it comes down to the Diabetes Marashu matchup. So if I'm reading it correctly, yeah, that whoever gets third place in the coal group will come down to Diabetes second versus Marashu. But if I've read Aaron's postings correctly, there are very little playoff ramifications for this race. I could be incorrect, though. That said, ending the group stage at 3-2 feels better than ending at 2-3, regardless of if there's no ramifications. I believe, I think there's a four-way tie at 2 and 3, depending how it plays out. I was looking at this earlier in preparation. There's a scenario, there's a four-way tie at 2 and 3, and Tybalt ends up winning that tie. The more interesting part of this tiebreaker scenario is if Tybalt gets to 3-2 and there's a four-way tie at 3-2, Tybalt's the odd man out. In the Tybalt versus Romeo matchup, you really gotta watch out for Mercutio, the wild card in that whole thing. Sure, he always loses. That was the first name. That was the first name for that play I could remember. Aside from the obvious. While this was going on, Stags did find Rim is going to buy a full ring of keys. Yes, Paris, the obvious. Okay, I'll defer to Aaron2U2 in chat for discussing the playoff tiebreakers because that's a lot of math, and I've been informed that math on Restream is illegal. Oh, trial math I can understand. That's just whatever the min roll is, you see it repeatedly. I've seen the 99% loss to DL2. And after getting a set of keys, Stag finds Garanham. And for the first time this seed, we'll be able to buy items. Because there is nothing beyond the Inn and Breckenary. Okay, I guess it's a fairy water shop. I just want to trash talk Breckenary. Back at Garanham, we have a gold chest, we have a dragon scale, which will immediately get equipped. We have Tybalt getting lit on fire, and a replacement key. In the basement, we have Stone's Cave with some more fairy water. Okay, Stags, really? You're gonna rob the old man of his fairy water? north past Garinham is a giant pile of nothing. And Hoodie Two Shoes, thank you for the raid. Hopefully your red slime zone was exciting. Stags finds the armor with the keys, takes the keys to the treasury, finds the armor, finds another fashionable belt, some money, and 2 gold chests. So we do potentially have a gold grind, but no one's gold grinding at this point because it's approximately 1 forever to get them to a town. And basically we have a jerk. Yeah, Kumaga, DL2 is everywhere this seed. That's why our death counts are what they are. I believe we've seen DL2 from Wyverns, Magic Wyverns, Axe Knights, Wizards. And a handful of lesser breaths and hurtmores to round it out. So with this attack, we are pretty much able to handle most things we run into. So what haven't we seen? We haven't seen Cantlin. We haven't seen Cole. Looks like Stags is going to go back for more from this Axe Knight. Now, Tybalt is off exploring somewhere to the northwest and finds Cantlin, but does not have keys. Now, with that Axe Knight, Stags will go to level 13. And brings us 11 more power, 14 HP, and 7 MP. We are getting very, very close to go. Need to work on that MP stat a little bit. So, given the way these seeds have been going in this tournament, we're about to see like a 50 MP level up. We do see Tybalt also puts on the Dragon Scale after having purchased it from Cantlin. So with both pieces of Verdrix in hand, Stags made to settle in on a grind here until go mode stats. Oh, Wizards have heal more to go with that deal too. Normally, I really like Wizards as a like mid-ish game fight because they tend to be squishy and not at the best attack. These Wizards are not what you want to see. There's a good chance what Tybalt's just found is going to be coal if I'm at all paying attention to this map. Yeah, Rim was the only place we found keys. And Cole has a vanilla flute under it. I believe we're at 2 belts, but we have already seen 2 search spots live. And Stags finds the grave. The 3 in the grave show us torch, money, and either an herb or a key. I'm not sure which one Stags is full on. And we're gonna wait. We might never see what's in Deep Grave. Honestly, having seen multiple curse belts and you're only missing the stones without eyes on Cole or Cantlin, yeah, I could see abandoning Deep Grave. Hold on, Stags has decided to swing a big ol' just take a lap around the roundabout and go down the grave. It was a proper NASCAR lap. Those were all left turns. Well done, May. The 4th chest and grave, more money. So I believe if Deep Grave doesn't have it, does that mean that chords are live and have to be stones? I'm fairly certain we've seen every other box in the overworld. I agree, they boo work. And the last chest in Deep Grave is the Stones of Sunlight. So no fading the bottom of Grave this race. After playing some lovely lullabies for a golem, Tybalt does get to level 12. He needs to get to the Garenham Rim part of the map. That is where all the remaining progression is. Yes, and the Tablet Grave Loop. For Stags, we have our Rainbow Drop. We just need so for Stags, we just need some MP and ready to go. We'll see, is level 14 the answer? 0, 3, 14, 3. Nope, keep grinding. While we do have 127 attack, 6 heal mores is a problem. The limited MP also means that each grind outing is going to be a bit on the shorter side. It's the fabled plan of just crit. It works until it doesn't. All right, since you said that, Kumag, new flag. All monsters can now crit. Imagine the 10-point crits from Metal Slimes. We've settled on the Swamp Cave Spike Tile with blue dragons. And at this point, it's not much worse than those Axelites with Heal More. They'll heal more and deal 2. It is 7,500 XP next level, so that is 5 more blue dragons on Stag side. Tybalt unfortunately has misplaced the keys. And as Chad is pointing out, for those who are fans of nice round numbers, we have exactly 7,000 XP on Stag side, up until that blue dragon kill. One more heal, top up with an herb, we'll get to 15 off this. Is 15 our answer? You know, with that golden kill, Tybalt will go to level 13. It's going to see the stats continue to rise at a great rate. 15 gives us 3, 4, 2, and 2. That is not it. Although we now have 7 heal mores. So the real question is, since we're grinding on Fred P so much, what's our strength going to be? I'll be honest, if we get a couple more points of strength, I don't think our runners care about 2 more from the fighter's ring. Stags back at the blue dragons. Tybalt finding the big C. I think the answer was to the north of that. And we were running with a Stone Man here with 77 agility. Getting out of this fight's not unreasonable, but no, we're gonna swing on it for the 155. So level 16 is at 9750, which means carry the Q, 6 more blue dragons. And while we are grinding, I'd like to give another shout out to our runner Stags28 and Tybalt putting on this race for you. It'll be for making all the pretty pictures show up, bringing all the sound on the screen, and Mike pushing the buttons, or an SH Mike pushing the buttons in the background. What do we should have enough MP to get to level 16. We'll have to make sure to give everyone or all the people involved in here a follow. We're going to throw a heal more out here, and then 1 to 2 more swings. We'll see if 16 lets us finish this seed up. $16 brings us 0, 2, 0, 11. And I guess we were still missing Radiant, weren't we? Still 130 attack and we're up to 8 heal mores. The Blue Dragon fights will continue until MP improves. Now in this case, Stags is going up to 12,000. Yeah, I know, Yeah, I know, Blue Dragon grind, but the alternative is Axe Knights that are obnoxious. Or wandering around and finding a golem zone. And thank you for bringing up those stats. 75% heal more and 50% deal 2 on those Axe Knights. Yeah, when your choices for the spike tiles are those Axe Knights or chomp and chomp more blues, much as it pains us to say it, the blues might be the better choice. The problem is if you throw the stop spell out, there's a 50-50 chance you're just eating a barbecue. And Tybalt does find Remildar and will get his keys. from experience, having been in that exact situation, that never feels good. Getting or finding Rim at the hour mark. Especially if Rim was at a relatively accessible location, you just overlooked it. And then just near that is the ham. I believe this just had the jerk, if I'm recalling correctly. Right, Stone's Cave, that's what it was. Thank you, Mike. I don't think we've seen anything with combo. It's just been a lot of DL2. Oh, have we seen a red dragon yet? I don't recall seeing a red on either side. This guard is heavily guarding Erdrick's armor. That guard would like to remind you that a true hero does not steal. That guy should be lucky Lolo didn't decide to put it in an egg. Or, yeah. Wrap it in whatever, in the egg and throw it in a river. And we'll see 17, which gives us 3, 2, 15, and 9. That's getting interesting. We have 9 heal mores, 8 to 12, or 8 to 16. Yeah, if you have Death Necklace, this is go mode. Without it, we're looking at 8 to 16, which puts you at 14 swings to kill with 9 heal mores. I don't think you can reliably go without the Death Necklace. Tybalt is going to show us cantlets. We're going to see if cords are live. And this will tell us where the death necklace is hiding. And our coordinates today are 21 south, 4 east for the necklace. This is such an easy count. Yeah, just get it done. We do. Yeah, I'm not sure if Tybalt has found that it's one continent. He did get Erdrick's harp. So now he just needs to find Grave for the stones and then do the turn-ins. And there's Grave, which if he hasn't done the top 3, yeah, given what Tybalt knows, this is a full dive Grave every time. You know the stones have to be in here somewhere. With 14,250 XP, Stags will go to level 18, which shows 3 more power, 10 HP, 25 MP. That is go. We'll be seeing 9 to 18 swings, which puts us at roughly 12 to kill, while also having 12 heal mores. So for Stags with the Rainbow Drop, this is find your way back to Charlock and just make the dive. Now Tybalt getting the bad news that the stones are in fact in the harp location. Unfortunately, it's gotten down there with 4 MP. Which, if my math serves me correctly, is less than 6. So no outside's being cast. And a well done reverse walk out of here. I think Stags may have misplaced Charlock. Fortunately, there is some MP to spend on repels, and I believe there it is. Breckenary is nearby if you ended up burning too many resources. So Stag's beginning to dive. Tybalt about to start the grind. And we are met in the Charlock entrance by a red dragon. Which, despite having 88 agility, the dragon is like, nah. You're locked in here with me. It does appear that Reds don't do anything other than chomp unless they have like a heal more on the back end. Does look like Tybalt's also going to choose the blue dragon for a grind. So with the death necklace in hand, Tybalt's goal level is going to be 17. Well, yes, it's only 8 heal mores there, but you'd also be doing 10 to 21 with the DN. Or 11 to 22 if we get real spicy and grab the fighter's ring that we know is in Charlock. We have seen a back attack golem on his side. We see this blue dragon that is attempting to avenge its fallen brethren. Wait, did I miss a viper? I don't know if you all wants to be known or wants to be associated with things that stop you from moving. Moving's kind of the whole thing they do. Well, it's more the thing they allow you to do. It's you haul, not we haul. Oh, the 11-8 bridge. Love those videos. We got one of those in the Boston area too. The Storo Bridge. You see it get hit all the time when people are moving into Northeastern. I don't know if the Storo Bridge isn't as good of a can open. You can always tell when someone's hit it because traffic at Boston gets worse. Well, this Stags is into the DL2 fight. It's led with a 14 out of 12. We're at 26 damage. At 11 takes us up to 37. We are at 52. Getting a double here to 63. At 72. '81, you're not wrong about that traffic. We're at 71, I think. That takes us to 81, assuming I haven't lost my math from chuckling at traffic. Driving a contact sport in Boston? Yeah, it is. Oftentimes, you just, a wing and a prayer is what you do have to do. Okay, thank you, Mike. Right at 130. Honestly, this fight, barring a mismenu, this fight's over. We have so much MP to spare. Stags is throwing a meme hurt more out. And with that 9, that will bring it home. Get your GGs out for Stags. We'll be taking this race and finish up the tournament with a 2-3 record. With an official time of 1:22:58. And we're joined by Stags. GG, Stags.
Thank you. That one went differently.
Yes, it did. So first thing I want to ask you, the start of that, what do you think of that no strength, no power, then all the power start?
About 10 minutes in, when I was getting to level 2, I think is about when it was. It might have been a little earlier. I started thinking, should I just switch over to Tecmo Bowl? and then all of the power and hurt more, and it went from a grind to the jettiest of jets to a slow grind, all bing bang bang.
So how do you like your monsters with DL2?
It I didn't love it.
From my count of the dangerous monster DL2, we had what? Wyverns, magic wyverns, wizards, axe knights.
Yeah, and I think there might have been some lower enemies also. I don't remember for sure. Here's the thing: we had an early hurt more, and I had 8 times as many swings as Hurtmore's. I hate a blue dragon grind, especially if there's an Axe Knight grind right next door, and there was no way I was going to do that Axe Knight grind.
Yeah, those Axe Knights, if you fail to one-shot them with Hurtmore, they're just going to heal it off.
Yeah, heal more and DL2 breath. It was brutal.
And we had the stats up. It was 75% heal more.
I don't doubt that. I really don't. Every time I was close, he would heal more.
So yeah, well, while we all hate blue dragons, I think it was a better choice just because those Axe Knights were not it.
No, and I would have been okay finding a red dragon. Actually, I would have been happier finding a red dragon grind. But I just didn't.
Yeah, we saw golems littered throughout the overworld. I think we may have seen like one red dragon.
Yeah, golems also. I saw them a little bit on the overworld. I think I saw them mostly in Sharlock. Let's see. I'm gonna get my red dragon count here. I saw one red dragon. I think that was in Sharlock, and I was able to run from it.
Yeah, that sounds correct. And I think all it did was chomp.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to get away, so I didn't catch too much horror. Getting hurt more and having armor knights in the mountain right down there was very nice for a quick jump from level 3 to level something like 7 really quickly.
Yeah, you jumped from I think it was 4 had hurt more straight up. You went from 4 to 6 to 7 in 2 AKs.
And I never found Cole. I never found Cantlin. So I don't know what was for either of them. I assume Flute and Death Necklace.
Yes, Cole was vanilla, Cornus had Death Necklace, and it was a very easy count.
Oh yeah, 21 and 4, huh? Look at that. I briefly thought about going to check the treasure or check the armory for the Death Necklace, but I knew that there were 2 cursed belts that I'd seen. I couldn't remember if I'd seen a third, so I assumed that they were on search spots.
The good news is if you find a cursed belt in the treasure, you know to just stop looking.
Yeah, that is true.
And chat pointed out Fighter's Ring was very likely in that treasure. It had to be somewhere in Sharlock.
The two things I think helped get me going, doing that early grave dive. I was up there, it dead-ended, and I thought, I'm here. Let's just do it. And sure enough, it worked.
Yeah, we saw you leave. Think about it. Do one NASCAR lap around, making sure to take all left turns, then come back in.
Yep, absolutely. No time for a pit stop, so just dive. Actually, I didn't even really heal that many times over the course of the race. I just the opportunity to death warp was just right there, especially with those blue dragons in on that swamp spot.
I guess it's often with how close it was to start. It's faster to just death warp out rather than hike back. There was a town right next door.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, just maybe you're able to sneak an extra one on the way down. I mean, those blue dragons was a pretty consistent grind for me. I was on those for, I figure, like 40 minutes? A long time.
It was, given how long you had to go to get to go mode, yeah, you were there for a while.
I took out 45 blue dragons. One of them was with the double hurt more right at the very beginning. And every other one of them was just swinging.
Our tracker's saying it was closer. It was only 25, but
unless you're felt like track 40.
Yeah, unless you're willing to track down a good golem zone or a good red dragon zone, wasn't much else out there.
One of the tips that I'd heard a long time ago, and I think this was from Angel FM, is dying takes a long time. It really does. So prolong however long you can stay alive if you can. And so that blue dragon grind was a lot of single heals in between fights, and then when I needed to do the heal more. I only ended up dying to blue dragons 4 times through that 25-minute grind.
Yeah, you were being very efficient with resources.
Especially since the one thing that we were really missing was MP. So to be able to take that the whole way just on that MP was really helpful.
It does look like, as we were discussing earlier, Tybalt will go on 17, having the death necklace.
And I think with the death necklace, I think that works.
Yeah, if you're doing 10 to 21, you still have 9. You still have 9 heal more. That's plenty for that range.
Now, I was a little bit scared when I got to the armor. I seem to recall that was relatively easy to get if you went through it and sat through that. I think that was on Hawks, right?
The armor, no, that was in Treasury. As long as
that's right. That was the key to get there. Okay. Okay, so that's what it was. Being able to route to the keys, where Tybalt is right now, was doable.
Yeah, if you get there early with enough money for a few keys, you could have armor fast in this seed.
And as quickly as power came, and then the sword, I mean that's really what you needed.
But as chat's pointing out, Tybalt didn't get there till the hour mark.
That changes things so much.
Yeah, found everything that required keys, then found the keys.
Yeah, when I was very happy when I found the stones. I mean, that was a down at the bottom of the grave. Um, a straight shot back and right to the jerk, and then start the grind. I mean, at that point, it was fully go mode. Don't worry about anything else.
Right, you're just there until your MP decides to show up. Or you get like
yeah.
oh yeah, go ahead.
I was saying 25 minutes later.
25 minutes later for 25 MP. Checks out. Or you just go until you get like another 30 strength level up and you're swinging for 20 to 40 on a Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been cool too. I would have been okay with that.
I think we've had one seed this tournament so far where Go mode had to run is doing 15 to 30.
Yeah, that's some big power there. I haven't seen something like that in a while.
It was the old what is HP special.
Well, thanks for hopping in the booth here tonight, Angie Dave. And Billy V also for doing the restream. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to get the other race in. Seeing 4 people do this really weird, wild one would have been very interesting.
We'd see which one made the early walk to rim and got the armor at like the 10-minute mark. I think you were close to it on your first exploration up there, weren't you?
Yeah. I went up in that area, and I probably died just before that swamp. I spent a lot of time going down south toward the mountain there. I mean, to still be on level 2, or to get to level 2, close to like 6 minutes. I think maybe level 3 was about 10 minutes in. I think that's where I saw that. It was such a really, really slow beginning.
Seeing how the seed played out, I think there's an argument that the fastest way to start the seed would have been to grind a few fairy water out of mountain.
Yeah, I didn't think about doing that. The armored knights were on the top floor. They sent me home first. So going in and out of the mountain, once I got all 5 chests, I didn't really want to go in unless I was grinding armored knights.
That's right, because you ran into armored knights and graves that had the mountain too.
Yeah, on my first foray into the mountain, I didn't even make it to the first chest. I got picked off by an armored knight.
And Mike pointing out that wyverns with DL2 were also on the bottom floor.
Yeah, that was really offensive.
They were in fact quite offensive with that breath.
They're not welcoming, not friendly. Wyvern, why indeed?
I think I made note that of the first 5 deaths taken, 3 of them were to the 3 different species of jerkbirds. So they were out for blood this seed.
Yeah, I didn't like getting sniped by the Magiwyvern on the first life there, just outside of the cave north of Swamp. I mean, it turned out to be Tablet Cave and would have been annoying to go through anyway, but I didn't appreciate getting picked off there.
Okay, that's why we have the wolf up on stream. Your race room is called Magnificent Wolf. wondering why we're suddenly looking at the wolf stats.
Yeah, I went through wolves pretty well in there.
I don't know if you could hear if my co-commentator had some thoughts.
I guess I didn't really go through that many wolves. I thought that I did. It seemed like I did. Wolf Lord. I went through several wolf lords.
Yeah,
they were very friendly.
We saw both of you found wolf lords were fairly well placed throughout the game, and you got hurt more. That's a nice quick 50 XP early on.
Yeah, and then as soon as we got that really big power boost, we were just swinging at them, or I was anyway.
Yeah, the big strength level plus your sword, you're pretty much you're almost a guaranteed one shot on them.
Yeah, on an early Hurt More seed, I only used Hurt More 38 times. It was just more efficient to swing.
And early sword, 70 some strength, you're casting like half a Hurt More with just hitting the fight button.
Yeah. So this one ended up fun and a little bit weird. So.
Also, I guess your spell casts in general would be down because MP didn't exist for the longest time.
That certainly had an impact also. I ended up casting a whole bunch of heals out there. Yeah, there they are. You got a whole bunch of those in there. I do hate to play spoiler for Tybalt.
I don't believe you have.
I haven't. I think he's at 2, I believe. I don't think. Is there a way for?
So
I guess maybe there is a possibility of a 4-way 2 and 3.
Yes, we were having this discussion in chat during the race.
If either way, I lose that.
Yes, if DB2 beats Murashu, there'll be a 4-way tie at 2 and 3, and Tybalt wins the 4-way tie.
Yeah, right on.
And the funnier part of this is if Tybalt had won, and then there was a 4-way tie at 3 and 2, assuming Murashu beats DB2, Tybalt would lose that 4-way tie at 3 and 2.
All right, that is really wild.
Yeah, Cold Group decided to do some fun things with numbers, and I'm here for it.
So along the way on this DL2 fight, once I got him pretty close and I'd had enough doubles where I felt confident that I was going to make it, I threw a Swagmore out there just in case. That was a fun way to finish.
We saw the Swagmore. We called it out. We appreciated it.
I didn't feel so comfortable that I would throw 2 of them out there, but I felt okay.
And Tybalt approaches the Dragon Lord, will also be called a fool, and is going to respond by throwing on a necklace. I saw that cursor is pointing. Necklace, not belt. I don't agree with that last derp usage. You were at 105 out of the upcoming 107. Just swing away. And Dill gets back attacked, walks off the back attack, throws a big old 20 to start this off.
And 20s add up pretty fast, a lot faster than 12s.
They do. We are 32. This swing takes us to 47. Now we're likely not going to see too much in the way of doubles here. We're up to 72 already. We're not going to need them. Right. No, sorry, we're at 62. This takes us 92. Or it's 82. It's 11:30 here. The math for my brain is shut down. Thank you. 107 or 97. We're at. Sorry. 97. We're at 111 with this one. We're at 111 doing a minimum of 10 a swing with 4 swings to go. Under 25. $143.
I wonder if that was a misclick or just throwing it out there for fun.
Your guess is as good as mine. But I believe we'll be able to ask. That may have been a I've lost, let's go for the swag kill. And we're joined by Tybalt.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Okay, since we just saw it happen, first I want to ask, was that a swag more?
No, actually, it was a dropped in foot.
I thought you were going for the swag.
No, it wasn't. I dropped it. I'm like, oh, all right. We'll try, see what happens.
So at our first GG's.
That early swamp look really messed me up because I thought I missed something over on the east side and not north swamp.
Yeah, and missing rim for that long was not good for your time at all.
From what I gathered in discussion, I think I was at go mode for about 15 minutes grinding blue dragons by the time you found rim.
Yeah, like as soon as I saw rim, like I lost at this point. I just had a feeling.
It took me so long to get to level 3. I was mentioning that I thought about just turning it off and playing Tecmo Bowl instead. I tried to stick it out.
Had you switched to Tecmo Bowl, we could have just commentated that game going on instead.
I mean, everything had DL2 breath.
Well, and heal more.
Oh yeah, can't forget about that. You go try to hit green dragons, heal more. Hit Drax Knights, heal more.
And if you mess around trying to stop spell them, they just turn around and light you on fire.
Yeah, that's not really very nice of the game on this one. There's so much DL2 breath.
I mean, I felt pretty good when I got the early sword out of Hawk's Nest. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, especially on top of all of that power. Yeah. And then the last thing I said before we started was find keys, don't dive grave. And as it turns out, diving grave early was a huge plus also.
Yeah, I didn't find grave until near the end, just like all of that whole north section, North Swamp. So Ram, Garenham, Grave, Tablet, all was not found until like the last 10 minutes.
So I went through swamp with an outside early and just went straight north, and so I knew that there was that cave there. I died just a couple steps away from it, but I knew that was there. So going all the way back up there was a priority.
Yeah, I took one step out of North Swamp and got hit with a hurt more, or died to a wyvern, and I'm like, all right. So I started going elsewhere and kind of just like, I'm missing something over here next to Breck or something.
And unfortunately, all the value was like, get out of swamp, go north, and don't run into angry wyverns.
Well, I'm going to bow out of this tournament gracefully here. NG Dave, thank you, and Velu V and Schmike, thank you for being in the booth and clicking the buttons, and Tybalt, GG's, and good luck watching tomorrow to see if you advance.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And that's a discussion we were having. You are cheering for the Diabetes to win.
Why do I put myself in these type of situations? It happened at the Winter League, and now I have to do the same thing in the Summer League.
Yeah, the game just knows how to torture.
This seed was making it quick, at least, with the instant go home rather than the monsters playing with their food.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, thank you guys. I do need to hop, unfortunately. GG's. Good luck the rest of the way, and good luck to everyone who ends up making the brackets. We had a really tough group, so all three of us coming out of Cole have a legit shot to make some noise. So it'll be fun.
GG's, and have a good one, and thanks to the Restream team and commentating. It's always fun to watch these back, so definitely do that for this one.
GG's to both of you. And that will do it for us here tonight. we have some more action tomorrow. We have scheduled at 8 Eastern in the morning. We have Satchel League versus Fellison at 1 Eastern, DK versus Arnax, and we do have scheduled a quadcast. Diabetes Second versus Marashu and Nest Cardinale versus Billick at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And as we're discussing, the Diabetes versus Marashu race will determine who gets third place or who comes out of the coal group. But we'll be heading off to Panduish, who is currently playing DQ3 HD Remake. Well, have a great rest of your night, everyone.